Lex, thanks for joining me on today's Spotlight. So it's Lex from Joobii Group. Introduce us to your businesses, please, Lex.
Thank you very much. So, well, I'm Alexios, or Lex, CEO and founder of the Joobii Group, which is a combination of two startups. We got Joobii, which is a software-based business, converts job ads into videos in order to make them more engaging for students and young people. And then we've also got Joobii, which is a content creation agency, doing all the manual work and basically producing short form video content for brands in the local area.
Fantastic, thank you. So what would you say makes you stand out from your competition? There's probably two answers there, isn't there, given there's two businesses?
Yeah, I mean, I'll sort of combine it into one, because otherwise I'll be going on forever. But I think the main thing is how we sort of develop personalities, or how we humanize brands. The use of video sort of allows you to sort of, I don't know, go into further details or share, I don't know, human qualities about brands. So that's very much something that we focus on both sides, whether we're looking to be doing hiring or filling roles for Joobii, or whether we're promoting a product, or a service for a business. So we try to look at those human qualities in order to create really engaging and relatable content, because at the end of the day, it's like it's really difficult to sell with content, and the best way to do that is becoming trustworthy, and the more human you can be with that, the more successful you can be. So yeah.
Cool.
I think that.
Thanks. So where's the business going? If we were to talk about the next 5 years, where do you see yourself?
So it definitely, for the agency, which has seen a lot of growth recently this past year, the demand for content has just been growing. I definitely see that increasing, with more and more people wanting to sort of focus on how they utilize video content and social media to grow their brands. But I think the main thing really in this next couple of years is going to be Joobii, which we're looking to launch next year, is going to be a big, I reckon, well, hopefully a big surge in terms of people taking on that and using that for their recruitment needs, and filling roles using that software.
Great. Okay, thanks. What's been your biggest learning since you've been a business owner?
That's a tricky one. I've not been a business owner for very long, but to be honest, there's quite a few things. I think the biggest learning I think I found is sort of learning how to respect my time, or what I put my time into. I think going at this from I didn't study business, I didn't study marketing or anything like that. And just knowing that, okay, what I spend my time into is actually the most important thing, and how you value that and how you use that. I think you end up putting your time into lots of different things and trying to do absolutely everything, and not focusing on what's the most important thing about your business, which is growing it.
Yeah.
And in the early stages, when I first started making content, I was doing it in exchange for a pint and some chips. But now that's on monthly subscriptions and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it takes time, but I think the better you become at something, I think the more you can understand that, and the more you learn how to value your own services and what you do. So yeah, that's been a big one. And then part of that is just learning how to say no. I'm terrible at saying no to things. So I think knowing what's good for the business, I think a lot of, I guess, early stage founders struggle because they don't know what's good for the business. And I think it's key to always remember or keep in line with the vision you've got. And if there's opportunities that pop out of things, just learn how to sort of stay focused. It was like, no, instead of just like, oh, that could be cool. And then all of a sudden you're doing something completely different. So yeah,
there'll be some people watching this who can probably identify with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's been the biggest challenge you've had since you've been running your businesses?
Well, I think it's, again, that's a tricky one, because I've worked with, I think definitely working pretty much by myself has been one of the big things. I had a previous business partner, and then I've worked with various different people along the way, part-time stuff. But I think it's just going at it as basically a solo entrepreneur or whatever, and just committing to it. I think it's difficult because you've got the pressure, especially because this is what is paying for my living now. It wasn't before, but now this is it. So it's like when you're the only person sort of running it, there's an awful lot of pressure, and you just sort of hope that, okay, is there going to be other people to sort of save me in this situation? You're like, no, it's me. So that's always been a challenge, and also with that, because I'm quite dyslexic, so not having I've had multiple cases where I'll be producing content, for example, and then there's always like spelling mistakes and stuff like that, and there's not a software in the world that can constantly monitor everything. I mean, I've got all the the Grammarly and various softwares that help with that, but yeah, that's always been a bit of a challenge, to be fair.
Yeah, good stuff. If you were sitting having a conversation with yourself with the knowledge you have now, no regrets, just new knowledge, conversation with your 18-year-old self, yes, what would you say?
Ooh, well, I think when I was 18, when I was in uni, I was studying automotive and transport design, not knowing a single thing, thinking I was going to be an automotive and transport designer. I did want to do business, but when I went into business, I think, I live in no regrets, but I would definitely sort of tell myself to, be more open, to do things and try things and stuff like that, because I feel like I was very sort of just like, no, I'm doing this and it's going to be like this because I know everything, and I think just to be more open and accepting to things, so I'm not just I don't just know it all. It's like I still don't, I won't know everything. And it's better to just accept that and be more open to learning. I think that's definitely something I'd say to myself. I wish I could.
Very good. Okay. And what's the one piece of advice that you give to other business owners watching this video?
Value time. I think one of my recent, like I was sort of saying before, it's like how you manage your time and value your time is so important as a founder or as a business owner.
Yeah.
I think I had a bit of an awakening kind of in the summer where I was like, just sort of looking at everything that I was doing. I was like, okay, I didn't realize how much time I was putting into my basic admin tasks, how much time I was putting into my editing or my filming and all that sort of stuff, and realizing actually, if I switch things around and I can make things more efficient, and all of a sudden I've got like loads of time left. But it's because you just think, I'm super busy, I've got no time, and then all of a sudden that is the case. Like if you tell yourself I'm busy, then you're busy.
That's right.
So and at the end of the day, what's the most important thing is your health and growing your business. And if you can't find time to do that in a day, I think there's you got to change that. And that's why, for example, I have read this thing about the 90-minute strategy. Have you heard about the 90-minute strategy at all? Or?
Develop it for us, for those of you who haven't. Far away.
It's a super cool strategy. I need to know the name of the man that wrote a book about it. I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember his name. If I can find it, I'll send it to you. But the book's called Build Your Business in 90 Days. Highly recommend reading it. And it's all about how you use 90 minutes in order to, focus on you and your business. So each morning, for example, I dedicate 7 a.m. to 8:30, just focusing on what am I, the business growth. What can I do? What can I do today in order to grow the business, take the business in the right direction? What can I do for me? Improve my health or my living, whatever that, And since implementing that strategy, it's like all of a sudden the business just grows so fast without you even realizing it, because every single day you're dedicating time to what's most important, and then you'll quite happily work the rest of the day doing admin or whatever you need to do, because you've spent that first 90 minutes focusing on that. I definitely recommend people, anyone watching this, trying it just to see how it goes. It's not for everyone. Not everyone has that time in the morning, but I think it's worth a shot. Doesn't cost anything.
Absolutely. Great. Thank you. And the final question then, Lex, is this. Obviously, all of your contact details will be down below. So you can find your website, etc. What are the best next steps for people to find out more about either of the sets of services that you offer?
Absolutely. So, I mean, in terms of Joobii, if you are a recruiter or the owner of a job board or looking to fill some roles, you can get through to us on joobii.com. We're currently running some demos, but obviously I know this video is going out, so we might still be doing demos. Depends when you're watching this, but definitely check out the website and see what's available, joobii.com. And then in terms of everything, content creating, monthly social media management and all that sort of stuff, gumbiddy.com. So you'll be able to contact us through there, see some examples of our work, and sort of explore the different services that we offer there.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for sharing your insights with us today. Wish you every success with both businesses, the startup and the one that's already going. So, and thanks for sharing. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.